Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Alisa Zhafira from 12th grade, Science 7, absent number 6. In this video, I will tell a story entitled Dores, the Royal Chef. Dores lives in Pasadena village. He is a young man, who's not smart but kind. Dores' only skill is cooking. Dores' cuisine is delicious. One day, Dores had an unknown guest. The guest stayed at his house for 7 days. As a good host, Dores entertains this guest with pleasure. The guests loved the delicacy of Dores' cuisine. On the 7th day, the guest asked Dores to be his chef in town. Dores agreed, but Dores was surprised when he found out that the guest was King Raphael in disguise. Today, for the first time, Dores cooked for King Raphael in the village. After it was cooked, he brought his food to the dining room. Dores suddenly stopped in his tracks and turned to the kitchen in doubt. Is this dish appropriate for a king? He thought broadly. Dores once again tasted the dish. Delicious, he praised himself. Still in doubt, Dores then approached Zela, one of the palace chefs. Zela, please taste my cooking, asked Dores. Zela then tasted it. In her heart, Zela acknowledged the deliciousness of Dores' cooking. However, Zela is worried that his position as a chef will be safe. At the top, Dores, your food is tasteless, Zela lied. Dores immediately seasoned the dish with salt. Zela smiled in satisfaction. Zela, this dish is so salty, protested Dores while giving Zela a spoonful of food samples. Zela pretended to taste it again. This is just delicious, Zela lied again. Yet in his heart, he laughed at Dores' stupidity. Now, steadily, Dores brings his cooking before King Raphael. King Raphael cannot wait to taste Dores' cuisine, but he was very disappointed when he tasted the very salty dish. Even so, the king did not rebuke Dores. However, did not continue his lunch. Saying his cooking intact, Dores became sad. In the next day, Dores returned to cooking for the king. But again, he did not believe in his abilities. This time, asked Juan, another chef, for a test. Like Zela, Juan also lied to Dores. It happens again and again. In the end, King Raphael never ate Dores' cooking. Dores feeling sad, Dores decided to return to Pasadena village. Zela and Juan are happy that they managed to get rid of Dores. One day, Dores was surprised that King Raphael came to his house again. As before, King Raphael asked Dores to cook for him. Unspooked, Dores does not immediately serve the food. I'm sorry, King. I don't know if this dish is suitable for the king. Dores looked at the food sadly. King Raphael followed. What do you mean? He asked. In the past, Zela and Juan had helped taste my cooking, but the king didn't eat it. Especially now, no one is helping to taste my cooking. Bring your cooking here. I don't care if your cooking is good or not, snapped King Raphael impatiently. Dores was in a hurry to serve it. Shortly after taking a spoonful, King Raphael burst out laughing. Dores was confused. "What makes you laugh, King?" "Dores, in the palace you cook with your ears. You don't believe in your own tongue. That's why your cooking is not this good," explained King Raphael while continuing to laugh. "Ha ha 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 ha." Dores scratched his head uncomprehendingly. "I cook with my hands, King, not with my ears." Then Dores didn't want to lose. King Raphael laughed as he continued to devour Dores' food. "Dores, will you be my chef again?" asked King Raphael before leaving. Dores nodded. "But you must cover your ears with a cloth tightly every time you cook. Trust your own tongue," explained the king again. Dores agreed, even though he didn't know what King Raphael meant. The day Dores returned to the palace and cooked for King Raphael. However, this time he covered his ears tightly with a cloth. He could not hear Zella and Juan's screams to plunge him. "Your food is tasteless. Add another spoonful of salt." Finished cooking, Dores immediately served his food. Don't care about Zella and Juan. Dores was surprised to see the king devoured his food. Seeing Dores' new habit, one day Zella and Juan asked Dores, "Why do you always cover your ears every time you cook?" "King Raphael ordered me," answered Dores innocently. "Then he taught me everything." Zella and Juan were taken aback. That means King Raphael already knows their cunning. Finally, Zella and Juan secretly left the palace before King Raphael punished them. So, Dores the only royal chef. One day, after the king had finished his meal, Dores asked King Raphael, "King, was my servant's cooking delicious?" King Raphael nodded. "Even though I forgot to wear earplugs when cooking," continued Dores. King Raphael just smiled. Dores thought for a moment. "King, I think my cooking does not hang earplugs, but because..." Dores smiled for a moment. "Because I believe in my own tongue," continued Dores proudly. "Then it was my fault because I did not believe in my own abilities." King Raphael smiled happily because now Dores was smarter. He wants to learn from mistakes, also more confident in his abilities. Since then, Dores has been cooking without wearing earplugs anymore. So, the moral of the story is that it is difficult to complete the task when many people are involved in the work, like a Dores who cannot do his job when Zella and Juan are involved in his work, because sometimes we need to believe in our own abilities and don't always rely on others, because sometimes they can have bad intention. So be very clever in accepting suggestions from others. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.